He was traumatized. He didn't want to get behind the wheel after that.
I don't blame
man.
What's going on, YouTube? I have a brand new little series that I filmed. This is an excerpt from a podcast episode that I did with two of my clients. I said, come into the studio. Let's just talk about your case, life, and let's just chop it up for an hour. So that's what this is. These are both of my clients that I've represented. Ronaldy, 12 years ago. We've kept in touch. And then Jonell is his cousin, and we just finished Jonell's case like 3 or 4 months ago. So I told him, let's go, come into the studio, let's film an episode, and let's just chop it up and talk about life. So that is the intro, and I hope you guys enjoy. How did you find out about the crash? Did he call you from the hospital?
No, I mean, he called me from the road because we got in like a close-knit family. Found out that he was hit, and I thought it was just like a minor thing, you know.
And then you saw the picture.
Saw the pictures and traffic all backed up.
It's crazy.
You know, my mother-in-law, his mom, we live in the same home and everything, so we kind of like hiding it from her and everything.
Oh,
so
wow. Okay.
Because
as long as he's okay, that's not. She's gonna think he's dying.
Exactly.
So
After a crash and me going to the hospital, it's all
unnecessary drama.
Yeah, exactly. So
I remember that picture. There's like that picture where your car, the whole back is smashed, and it's like almost like you got ran off. Not just off the road,
right,
but off the part of the side of the road, all the way down into like the brush.
It's crazy because I believe when I was driving, I was in the middle of the lane.
Right.
And once after the crash, I end up in the ditch. So I believe, I mean, because I can't really remember exactly how it happened, but people was telling me that the car had at least turned
a bunch of times.
At least two times for me to end up in
because there was damage on the front too.
Correct.
Yeah.
So like the hood was bent, you know, the headlights were basically gone. So it was a big. Did he tell you? He's like, oh no, I got a lawyer. Like, do you remember that conversation?
The conversation, he's the type of guy that he doesn't like to go through the long process.
Right.
Because he doesn't like wasting time.
Right.
He rather like move on.
Yeah, just
and he was kind of like ready to just, you know what, I'm filing my claim with my insurance to get my car replaced.
Basically.
And that's it.
I'm not dead. I'm not like I need a lawyer or whatever.
Exactly. And he heard of horror stories.
Yeah.
You know, horror stories of either lawyer taking advantage of clients or
did all this treatment, I got like $500.
Exactly. Or sometime, you know, you get presented to someone, they're not working in your case. It's just,
they never call you back.
Paralegal or something, and you never heard anything.
Right.
So he's really impatient when it comes to that. So I'm like, yo, you know, Brent, he's pretty responsive. You know,
here's his cell phone number.
Right? Exactly. I'm like,
the first day.
First I call you.
Yeah, you call me first.
You and I'm like, expect, you know, can you call him and make him introduce yourself and get him comfortable with you? Because I tell him, you my guy, and he's going to take care of you. So he still was kind of like skeptical.
Of course.
I mean, but I don't know what you did that get him over the hump. You probably did something as far as how you stay in touch with him.
Of course.
You know,
the conversation that we have, even like the first conversation that we had, like you're explaining to me exactly what to go about. Like, how do I do this? How do I do that? Call this person, or you're going to call this person. Or basically at that point in time, you're going to handle everything. And I already feel that, okay, I found somebody that can help me in the aspect that I know they can. So I'm glad that you called me that day so I could, you know, get the whole process going, because I didn't know exactly how I was going to go about the situation, even though I'll probably just find another lawyer or I don't know.
Or just give up and just say, fuck it,
you know what I'm saying? But I'm really glad that you called. And
thank you. And it's a pleasure to represent you. Obviously, you're a wonderful client, not just because we got a really big settlement, because, you know, because you're just a really easy to work with guy. You listen,
hey,
talk.
Man,
when I text you, respond. You know, just you're cooperative. You know, you listen, you pay attention. So it's a pleasure to represent people like you.
If you have communication, you shouldn't have a problem. Like if you tell me what to do, I'm not the expert. You're the expert. So you tell me to do something, I'll do it because I'm trusting you to help me.
And if you don't understand why, then you ask. And I explain it to you.
The whole process from A to B was, from A to Z was Completely.
He worked that fast. I know he did work that fast.
It did actually go pretty quickly, but that's because we were a good team.
That's what I was gonna say. Cases like his usually drag on for years.
I'm glad and did it, man.
Years on. I mean, it was.
I would not be able to do. It was 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of the.
It was at less than a year. It was like accident happened
9 months, I think,
basically.
Yeah, accident happened July 4th.
It was July 2nd. Actually.
July 2nd, July 4th weekend.
Yeah, that's right.
It was crazy.
It was settled it like in April or something.
Yeah.
It's important kind of topic because a lot of people are very similar to you. They're like, well, I'm not that hurt. You know, I don't want to like go to some lawyer and like talk to all these people and like, how much can I really get? Like at the end of the day, of $2,000, $500. Maybe I might get nothing. They're going to make me go to the chiropractor a million times or all these doctors, and then they'll probably just drop my case at the end after like they take all the insurance. So,
right.
You know, that's the kind of thing that you probably were thinking about, right?
Of course. I mean, like I said, like I'm not too familiar with the whole process. So with somebody that's more familiar with it, with you telling me exactly what to do, where to go, what time to be there.
Right.
Hey, I won't mind doing it.
Yeah, we talk about your injuries. We talk about what symptoms you're having.
Right.
You know, we figure out what the doctors are telling you. We go over the MRI reports.
Right.
You know, you get an opinion from this kind of doctor. You get an opinion from this kind of doctor.
And what I like about you, though, that you gave me more options. You went from one doctor to another doctor just to see.
Yeah, you want to get as many opinions as you need to feel comfortable with sport before you get any kind of procedures or whatever done, because, you know, it's a big deal, you know, and you want to make sure that you treat your body properly.
Of course.
But yeah, that skepticism that people have is
real. I mean, it's really real because, you know, you don't know. The people, I mean, we don't know because, like I said, we're not the expert. We don't know better. But
you see all the advertisements and you think like, you're like, man, are these even real? If it's real, like, oh, this guy got me $1 million. Like, he probably lost his leg or something. Like, tell me, like,
this guy insure any time of the night, any time of the day. I'm like, come on. Really?
Yeah, exactly. You just
out of all these clients, you gonna find a time to just answer my phone call?
Yeah, you're
or is it something that you're just saying to make me feel good? You know?
Yeah, it's some BS marketing.
Exactly.
That's what you think.
Exactly. You know.